I must announce that the Republic of Cuba was invaded this morning by a mercenary force organized, financed, and armed by the government of the United States of America. The government of Cuba wishes note to be taken of its solemn accusation against the government of the United States and lays this responsibility on the shoulders of the United States as far as the sovereignty and independence of my own country are concerned.
Unconditional war can no longer lead to unconditional victory. It can no longer serve to settle disputes. For a nuclear disaster spread by fear could well engulf the great and the small, the rich and the poor, the committed and the uncommitted alike. Mankind must put an end to war, or war will put an end to mankind.
Standing on the shoreline, staring out to sea, the ocean that divides us, connecting you and me. And I think about the distance to reach the other side, and I wonder why we wasted all this time. One world in search of harmony.
Historically, artists have fueled thinking about different ways to do different things. And if that's what this weekend of baseball and rock and roll coming to Cuba does, then I think it's good for everybody in the long run.
When we got here to Cuba, all of us Americans were told to go out into the patio at the hotel.
Havana, whoa, whoa, Havana.
And they said to write our names down on a little piece of paper.
Havana, whoa, whoa, Havana.
And they put all the names in the hat, and we just drew names from one side of the hat, drew names from the other side of the hat.
Havana, whoa, whoa, Havana.
We got some incredible collaboración.
Dinner roses to give to you. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
No. When it does ding, dum 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 dum.
millionaire. Yes, you do. You got me, baby, you got me. Walking on sunshine, talking the moonlight, digging up roses.
The fact that Cuba is cut off, in a way, has preserved something very special. I was walking out in the street yesterday. The school children were obviously coming back from school or going to school. There's about 50 kids, girls and boys, all in their uniforms. And suddenly, just out of the blue, I assume they had their knives and forks that they take to school or something, because the next thing, all I knew is they're all playing like spoons, playing with their cups, singing, and it was completely just random thing. It was nothing planned, and it was so musical and so fantastic. And I think all of those sensibilities are preserved in a very fine way in this country.
Sí, dime que este es el ritmo que te gusta a ti. Yo no de qué, tú sabes que es así.
We have a consciousness of how close we are as human beings, how close history and culture has brought us. If we base our relationship on politics or economy, the sense of power and the sense of egotism might destroy it, while the sense of culture, thinking of painting, writing, music, dancing, would bring us closer and closer and closer.
Sí, pero acuérdense, la voz tenemos
la voz sola.
La voz.
Sí, hagan las voces.
Las voces.
Sí, la voz es
sola.
sola.
Yo iba a entrar con la voz y me dije, coña.
No entre con la voz, es la voz sola.
Okay. See, we're thinking about the guitars. The guitar's well done there. And so he helped me on to do it any more for it. Okay, here we go.
All the years with this ache in my heart, and the blindness that keeps us apart, and the wings of this breeze are will sing me to you.
Well, here I work. There are too many books. The relationship between the United States and Cuba, this is since the 19th century. If we think of Hemingway, of Norman Mailer, so many writers, filmmakers, actors and actresses. Tennessee Williams used to come to Cuba quite often, Marlon Brando. If we think of Gershwin, who wrote a piece on Cuba, of Aaron Copland, who taught our greatest composer, who studied with him in the States, is immense. The relationship never stopped. And it's culture. It couldn't be politics, economy. It's culture. It's the only thing that remains. We die, but art remains. I love walking by ambos mundos and look always to see if Hemingway is smiling somewhere while he's writing his books.
We're in Cuba. Carl, who would ever think Americans would be playing at the Karl Marx Theatre? You guys think that's pretty dope. I'm sorry. You know. You translate in all countries, I found out. It's like the words, motherfucker and you. It's like my Spanish, my English, you know, feeling it. Like I communicate. That's great. What are you doing? That guy's a motherfucker. It works. It transcends. It's happening. So, they won't let me do that in the documentary, probably. All my stuff will be edited down, just like my interviews, with no comment about that. These are Cubans are beautiful people, incredible musicians. Makes me want to just drop my instrument and not play. They play with so much soul and heart, and it's been a great experience. I'm truly blessed to come here. Yeah, I can't be political. That's like telling me not to be black.
And you can't stop. One more time, we're going to go to rock. One time, we're going to sit a long time.
What I'm trying to write out is 1-8 here, so we can all look where the chord changes anyway, right? So we make it very romantic, right?
Yeah. That's the whole Cuban thing. Once we get like the groove underneath
Make sure we fill out the lyrics and
I know, it's unbelievable. So you hear him do it, it's almost hard to contribute because so much of what he's doing.
Yeah, he makes you feel good when he's like, well, what do you think?
Wait,
You're like,
what do you mean what I think? You're the one that's written all that great stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, now sing that. I'm like, okay.
You know,
I was born in Cuba, right here. This is my land, right here. This is mine. Yeah, I was born in Havana, Cuba, and I left for New York City with my mother and father in 1941. You know, I'm 65 years old now. In the States, in Las Vegas, I was a drummer at the all the major hotels for years. In this event, it was with Gladys Knight, who I know for years. When first I got to Vegas, she was there already in the lounges, and it's an honor for me to be playing now with her, with all these great Cuban players like Pancho, Adrian, you know, Los Papines, you know, guys that I used to record with. People I haven't seen for many, many years, and are still alive, and they're all my friends. So I was very, you know, emotional when I got off that plane, believe me. First in 40 years, yes. When I left, he was a baby. Now he's one of the best drummers in the world.
Really?
You know? He's like my son.
So you know
I am a good friend of his dad. We organized the Cuban Jazz Club, Club Cubano de Jazz in the 50s, 52, 53.
Vacilón, vacilón rico para bachar. Vacilón, vacilón, vacilón.
We're making love. We're over here making love by making music. You bringing to the table whatever gifts and talents you've been blessed with. Me bringing to the table whatever gifts and talents I've been blessed with. And we just make one thing, creating this wonderful oneness. And I'm learning about you through this experience, and you're learning about me through this experience. And it's just an awesome thing. It really is. I got lost yesterday. There was no sunshine, only rain on my face. I wandered here and wandered there. Wondered if anybody cared. And there you were, reaching out to me, giving me all the love that I needed. You said, come on, let's dance, let's be free. Me loving you, you loving me. Let's dance together from here on in, never be apart again. Hey, vacilón, 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 vacilón. It's the groove that moves you.
And thank you to everyone, the Cuban people that we've met this week. It made us feel so welcome. And we hope that it is truly just the beginning of a wonderful future.
So let us not be blind to our differences, but let us also direct attention to our common interests. We must deal with the world as it is, and not as it might have been. If we cannot end now our differences, at least we can help make the world safe for diversity. We all inhabit this small planet. We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's future. And we are all mortal.
shoreline, staring out to sea, the ocean that divides us, connecting you and me. And I think about the distance to reach the other side, and I wonder why we wasted all this time. One world in search of harmony, one love for all the world to see, one truth inside of you and me, just one world.
Navegando en el aire, yo sueño una razón, y 3 gotas de viento me traen tu canción, y se rompen las distancias y camino solo